Hello, welcome to Ninja Robotics channel. We are aiming to break down tech barriers so anyone can build, create, and innovate. More and more people are using AI to develop software and hardware applications just like me. But have you ever asked an AI to help with something simple, and somehow it answered like a very confident intern on its first day? Or the AI repeatedly doing something stupid and falls into infinite bug fixing? It is not always because the AI is stupid or not capable for your task. A lot of the time, it is because the AI does not know your preferred method, your project rules, or the exact steps you want it to follow. This is where skills come in. Think of a skill like a reusable instruction card. Instead of saying, please do that task for me, and hoping for the best, you give the AI a proven recipe for doing that kind of task well. In this video, I will explain what AI skills are, what they contain, how they differ from other AI tools like System Prompt or Project Prompt and NCP tools. And I will show you how I actually use skills to develop my robot project. So let's dive in. The agent skills pattern was first mentioned by Anthropic in the last year, but it's actually not a new thing. An AI skill is a reusable mini prompt book that teaches the AI how to handle one specific kind of work. For example, a skill can tell the AI when to use the workflow, what files to read first, what steps to follow, what tools to use, and what a good final answer should look like. So, a skill does not magically make the model more intelligent, but it makes the model more consistent and reliable. It replaces guessing with a repeatable method. A simple way to picture it is, without a skill, the AI is improvising. With a skill, the AI has a checklist, a map, and hopefully fewer opportunities to dive into a ditch. At the minima, a skill is a folder with one file named skill.md. That final MD stands for Markdown, which is a simple plain text writing format. Inside that file, you usually start with a small block of metadata, also called from the matter. Metadata just means labels that describe the file. Typical labels include the skill's name and a short description of when the skill should be used. Below that comes the real instruction part, step-by-step guidance in normal language. In real project, a skill folder can also include helper scripts, reference documents, templates, and examples. One common question is, if I install many skills, will the AI read every full instruction set every time? The answer is usually no. Modern systems often use something called progressive disclosure. That means the AI first looks at lightweight information, such as the skill's name and description, and only open the full instructions when the skill seems relevant. This is useful because it keeps the system efficient. You can have many specialized skills available without forcing the AI to drag every single manual into every single conversation. It is a bit like carrying a shelf of cookbooks, but opening only the one you actually need for your dinner. A skill description is not a decoration. It is one of the main clues the AI uses to decide whether the skill matches the task or not. A vague description like help me do robotic project is weak because it could mean almost anything. A better description would say something like used when migrating Raspberry Pi GPIO code to LGPIO and auditing older browser or several modules first. GPIO means the small pins on a Raspberry Pi that connect software to hardware, and LGPIO is a newer software library for controlling those pins. The more clearly you explain what the skill does and when it should be used, the more likely the AI is to choose the right workflow at the right time. Let us make this concrete with a real project I'm working on called Ninja Robot, a Raspberry Pi robot control interface for open cloud service. Imagine you just tell an AI, please update the browser code. Without extra guidance, it may jump straight into writing code, skip all the practical rules, choose the wrong hardware library, and forget to test anything properly. So here is my recipe. I attached a project skill to the project folder. Then skill can require the AI to inspect the old browser implementation first, write a phased migration plan, use the correct Raspberry Pi backend, run checks such as code linting and validation, and explain any remaining risks before finishing. Linting means automatically checking code for style or quality problems. And a backend, in this context, is the lower level software layer that actually talks to the hardware. So the skill does not make the AI mysterious or magical. It makes the process disciplined. And this discipline or workflow should be followed and repeated every time when doing similar tasks like creating a new module repo. And disciplined AI is usually much more useful than general AI. In tools like OpenAI Codex or Gemini CLI, people often confuse skills with a file called agents.md. And if you are using Gemini CLI or anti-gravity, it's called Gemini.md. Again, .md just means a plain text markdown file. Agents.md usually contains broad project guidance and play the role of a system prompt, coding standards, testing rules, repository expectations, and other general instructions. And a skill is narrower. It handles one repeatable type of job. A good rule of thumb is this: use agents.md for project-wide behavior and use skills for specialized workflows that come up again and again. You might also hear about the MCP servers, which refers to Model Context Protocol. While both skills and MCP servers make the AI smarter, they are completely different tools. Let me simplify it. A skill teaches the AI how to do a kind of a task, and an MCP server gives the AI extra capability it can access. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, which is the standard way AI tools connect to outside tools, resources, or prompts. I'm not going to dive deeper here, but I want to give you an overall concept of the two. First, a skill is a mindset and a workflow. It is just a text file. It teaches the AI how to think and behave using tools it already has. And an MCP server is a physical connection to the outside world. It requires writing extra software code. It gives the AI new tools to interact with live systems, like securely reading your company's live database, pulling tickets from Jira, or searching the live internet. And here is a quick tips of when to use them. First, skill is easy to use and build, while MCP requires some kind of software development knowledge to build. And second, skills cannot fetch live outside internet data on their own, but MCP server exists specifically to fetch that kind of outside data. Third, use a skill to enforce company coding styles, project rules, and step-by-step habits. And use an MCP server if you need the AI to talk to external software like GitHub, Salesforce, or any external tools to extend your AI's capability. And my personal recommendation is, depending on your task and goal, You can and should use both when developing complex projects like the robot project I'm doing now for reliability and AI fluency. Talking about how to get a skill, there are two common ways to get a skill. The easiest way is you can and should write one manually on your own. Create the folder at skill.md, write a clear name and description, then add practical instructions in normal language. If you don't know where to start, you can simply ask an AI to draft the skill for you. This is often the fastest option if you already know your workflow and simply want it structured properly. Give those context to a modern AI like Cloud Sonnet, Google Gemini, or GPT and ask it to turn your workflow into a skill. That's it. Second, you can also install an existing skill from a trusted source. For example, you can go to Anthropic Skills GitHub repo and download the skill you want. I will also put the link below. That can save your time, but treat it carefully. A skill can influence what files the AI reads, what comments it runs, and what tools it uses. So, installing a skill from the internet should feel less like copying a sticky note and more like installing a software. Read it before you trust it. Here is the key takeaway. An AI skill is a reusable set of instructions that teaches an AI how to handle one kind of task more reliably. A skill can tell the AI to inspect files, run scripts, code tools, or follow procedures that affect real work. That is really helpful, but it also means a careless or malicious skill can create real problems. Before using a third-party skill, review what it tells the AI to do. Ask yourself, does it read only the files it should read? Does it run safe commands? Does it send anything outside the system? Does it match the workflow I actually want? In other words, trust the skills the way you would trust any other automation tools. Carefully, not romantically. If you want AI to behave more like a careful teammate and less like a enthusiastic coin toss, skills are one of the most useful tools to learn. Thanks for watching. I hope this made AI skills feel much more practical and much less mysterious. Let me know how this could help your project, and I will share more about how I am using AI to develop my robot projects. Next time, I will show you how I actually build a complete set of robot tools for OpenCloud that turns it into a real robot with safety and reliability. If this is something you are interested in, hit like and subscribe so you won't miss it. See you next time, and happy building!